Troubleshooting static wall sequence. The first mistake that people make is how they scoot towards the wall and how close they get to the wall. So you want to scoot sideways to the wall and scoot your butt sideways to the wall like this. Then lie down on your side, and from here you roll onto your back. Ideally, we want to be as close to the wall as possible. But if you find your butt lifting off the ground like this, then you're too close to the wall. Basically, the hinge at your hips isn't able to properly hinge, so you're tightening up in the back of the pelvis and the hamstrings to be able to even try to get into this position. We don't want you here, so what we want to do is we want you to scoot away from the wall so that your butt drops down to the floor like that. Once you're in that position, then you're gonna bend your knee here, and you want the ankle to be roughly the same height as the knee that the leg is straight. So if here you'll see that the straight leg, the ankle is roughly the same height here. From this direction, you want the knee, the ankle, and the hip to all line up on this plane right here like this. So if your leg is out to the side, or your knee is out to the side like this, or your foot is turned out this way, make sure you turn your foot. You want to line up the second toe joint with the middle of the ankle. So this may feel pigeon-toed to some people. In this particular position, I don't want the outside blade of the foot vertical. It's really the second toe lined up with the middle of the ankle. You want to bend at the ankle as much as you can while you're in this position and tighten up the quad. Be mindful of the knee and if the knee is bending or not. You want to keep that leg as straight as possible. I don't want you to hyperextend all the way back, but just keep that leg as straight as possible. As you progress in this, then you'll get closer to the wall to where your butt can be all the way up against the wall. So you're going to go 1 minute in this position, 1 minute in this position, and then you bring your feet, you bend the knees so that the ankles are, it's about a 45-degree angle or so. You don't want to bring your ankles all the way back down to this position. You want about that position there. This position, the outside of the foot here, you want as vertical as possible. So when I bring my knees out this way, I'm on the outsides of the foot, and I'm not allowing my heels to drop in this way. I'm keeping them in this position here. I'm keeping my heels on the wall, so I'm pushing my heels into the wall, and I'm not allowing them to come in towards each other. So I hold that position. Do not press your hands into your knees. If you can only roll out to right about here, that's fine. That's where you need to start. Allow the hips to do the work. So you're pressing your legs out this way. The other thing is you don't want to overarch your back or let your pelvis lift up. If that's the case, if your pelvis is lifting off the floor, then scoot away from the wall a little bit more. You can see here I'm just barely touching the wall. I can get a little bit closer. So right there would be touching the wall. But if you're back just a little bit back here like this, it's totally fine. So you're going to hold this position for 1 minute using your legs to stabilize this position with your knees. Make sure one foot's not higher than the other foot. So you're going to go 1 minute here, 1 minute here, and then 1 minute here, and repeat 3 times in the exercise sequence.